Let's get back to Bryan Kohberger in the Latah County Jail, because the Daily Mail has some great sources, and so do we, talking about what jail is like and what the inmates are like and what they think of Kohberger and what he does when they abuse him verbally. I want to go right to our senior national correspondent, Brian Entin, who's standing by live. He's been covering this story from the beginning. You know, I guess, Brian, we expected some of the reports of what those inmates thought of him, but to hear it articulated is a whole other kettle of fish. Talk to me about some of the reporting that we've been getting on Kohberger's life behind bars so far.
Well, it's interesting, Ashleigh. Our sources have confirmed, and you mentioned it, that Kohberger is going to Mass every Sunday inside the Latah County Jail. And you'll remember, this isn't a big jail at all. It's very, very small. It's in the basement of the courthouse building right below the courtrooms. But apparently he is given the opportunity to go to Mass on Sundays. I've not heard about him being especially religious in the past, but apparently he does have this Mass that he attends. He has conversations there with the priest. What he's talking about, we don't know, but we've confirmed that he is going to Mass. There are other reports that, he's in the cell by himself. Anytime he leaves the cell, he has at least 2 guards with him. There are moments where he walks by other cells where they yell out at him, but we are told that he just remains totally stone cold, looking forward, no emotion, when other inmates yell out at him, which really is no surprise based on what we already know about Kohberger, Ashleigh.
Yeah, some of those inmates interviewed have said that they couldn't believe they were in there locked up with him because they said this is Moscow. Not a lot of this kind of stuff happens here. One inmate was quoted saying this: "He watches himself all the time. It's really kind of bizarre." That reference to the fact that he's watching coverage of himself on television. And here's the weird part, Brian. We're told that the jailer decides one channel. One channel is what the entire jail gets. So if the other inmates are over in, like a rec room together watching their single television, he has to watch the same thing, but he has to watch it in his own cell. But the other inmates, who some of them say we're just 30 feet away from him, they know, for some reason, they know when he's sitting there consuming his own press. It's just sort of a fascinating concept.
Yeah, and I'm sure they can hear it. I mean, again, it's a very, very, very small jail. Apparently, with the other inmates, they are all brought into sort of like a group room. You mentioned it, where they watch TV together, but Kohberger totally isolated, but just down the way, so he has the TV to himself in his cell.
So here's another quote. He apparently has been taking a lot of taunts from the other prisoners, but the jailers said that he is still a model prisoner, even when they taunt him and they call him names. This is what the other inmate said. He rarely talks. Quote, "He always has the same expression or non-expression. Quote, he just looks straight ahead. I've never, ever seen his eyebrows or his mouth move. He never says anything." And then we can also confirm that he is allowed to make calls out. He can't receive the calls. And if he gets a call, they will pass him. The jailers will pass him a note, and then he has the option to call or FaceTime him back. And FaceTiming, Brian, is something that has really irked, I think, a lot of the victims' families. They've said, FaceTime? What? An inmate gets to FaceTime? We don't even get, to write letters to our loved ones.
Yeah, I can imagine why that would be frustrating and hard to hear when you lost a loved one. But I'm not surprised about him not really having emotions, not even raising an eyebrow when people yell out at him. We've seen him out, when he's been transported in Pennsylvania outside, just totally stone cold. When he's brought into court, same exact thing. And so it doesn't surprise me that that's the way he's acting also behind bars. And we've heard the same thing, that, in many ways he is, sort of a model prisoner, courteous with the guards, doesn't really cause any trouble, mostly keeps to himself in his cell. Besides what we've also confirmed tonight, that he is now going to a private Mass on Sundays.
Like I said, all the prisoners I've interacted with in this line of work, I would say the majority of them find God, because it's that, and if you're lucky, yoga, but you really don't get a whole lot of other activities, in jail or in prison. I have been told, though, he does get some library time as well. So maybe he's working on his case. Who knows? Bryan Entin, great job. Thank you for that. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.